Hey guys, really quick here. I just want to tell you that Dave and I have our own podcast now. It's called the DNA Show Podcast, and you can find it on Spotify, Anchor. It's an app that you can download on Android and maybe iOS, I'm not sure. Apple Podcasts, Google, and anywhere you listen to your podcast on, for the most part, you can find a DNA Show Podcast. And we talk about a bunch of things that we wouldn't necessarily be able to get away with here on YouTube without offending somebody somewhere. So this video is kind of introduce our podcast, and I'm going to put an episode on here so you guys can listen. It's about microtransactions, Red Dead Redemption, and Call of Duty. And then if you want to see more of the risque conversation that we have, you can go on the podcast. But the ones that I feel that will be okay, I'll put on YouTube. So that's just kind of a quick rundown. Since we can't physically do the DNA show anymore as much, I figured this will be the best alternative to that. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you guys later. Take care. All right, now that our throats are clear, welcome to the DNA Show Podcast. We're going to try this again for the 5th time, hopefully with no hiccups. I am Adam.
I'm Dave. Hey, like I've always said, trial and error.
Yeah, that's true. So, Dave, what is the topic for today, sir?
We are going to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. And maybe go into some microtransactions with fucked up Activision. Pissing me off. Microtransactions are not bad, but it's the whole chest opening, loot box bullshit, gambling part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
But getting into Red Dead, yes. First and foremost, Rockstar, you did an awesome job. Very, very beautiful game, well thought out, except for online, but it is a beta.
Right.
So we'll dig in from there.
Yes. So, cons and pros and cons of online for Red Dead.
Very empty. Not a lot of starting content. I was expecting more starting content, beginning content. I was expecting more missions. I never played Grand Theft Auto Online when it first came out, so I can't really compare online play from Grand Theft Auto to RDR2.
Mm.
That's the starting con.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when GTA Online just first came out, it was bare minimum. You had a few missions here and there, and just the basic cars. So it's about the same, I suppose. Yes, one of the cons is for me too the vast emptiness there is in the game and how long it takes you to travel from place to place. That and the economy. Obviously, that's a big one. How much everything costs and how little you get paid for said missions. And
see, knowing what you just said, from Grand Theft Auto to RDR2 being not a lot of content in Grand Theft Auto, you would have thought that the beginning of RDR2 online, that you would have more, playable content in there, because it does seem very, very empty. Mm-hmm. If you run through the story mode and the Strangers and Freaks, there's not much left to do in there until months later or weeks later when they decide to do an update.
All right.
I thought maybe that, that they would learn from that, but maybe it's harder to create online gameplay content than we think. And it probably is.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Go ahead. I was going to say I agree with you on the economy.
Yeah.
I don't know who put that economy gap in there and why they did that. That's been part of the experience starting off. I know it's beta. I just thought it would have been a little different than the gap that there is when it comes to the economy. Horrible gap.
Yeah, they could have done better, honestly. I mean, but again, too, I like to think that it's because they learned their lesson from GTA with everyone having advantages over people. You know what I mean?
True. And maybe they didn't know. I thought maybe, okay, this, they did this for a reason so that they could approve to see what the fans really wanted, to make sure there wasn't too much of a player to player gap, like me versus you. Everybody stays on a level playing field for right now, and maybe that is the reason. Did they do a good job? Yes, they did. Could it have been a little more? I think yes. Also, that I think they could have put a little more content into it.
Agreed. Yeah. And two, now that they're going to, more than likely for the first few months anyway, they're just going to be fixing bugs and little things. We probably won't get too many more missions to do. So, once they're done, what do we do?
Sit and wait for the next expansion, update, extra content. Is about all we can do. I honestly feel that they have a lot in their back pocket that they're going to release, and this is a theory, that they're going to release it fairly quickly, because they spent quite a few years designing, creating this game. I'm sure a lot of it was done on story mode, but it doesn't seem out of the realm to where they have something in their back pocket and they're going to release something, new content, fairly quickly after the bugs are fixed. I don't see months down the road them starting to add brand new content. I say within the next couple weeks there's going to be more content because they already have it in their back pocket. I don't think they would go into this blind like this. The way it's going right now, I don't see Rockstar going into it like that.
Well, that being said, do you think with more content they add in, it creates more bugs and problems?
I think it's the base online play that's going to have the bugs. I mean, any new content's going to have some type of bugs, yes. But the initial first few weeks of online, because we're looking at a week and a half now of online being eligible to play. Friday was the start of everybody being able to play the game, which would have been Friday, November 30th was the first day that everybody could play. So we're only a few days into the entire gaming community, fans of Rockstar, being able to play. So again, the initial gameplay is going to have a lot of bugs and fixable, but I think the future of it is not going to be as bad.
All right. Yeah, I agree. I just hope a lot of things don't go unnoticed, like a bunch of things with GTA went for a while. I hope they're fairly quick with it before people start manipulating the game and start trolling people really bad.
I think that's one reason they went the way they're going right now with it, so that you don't have the exploits, the manipulation of the game too vastly. Because if you look back at GTA, and that's really the only thing we can compare this game to, there's really not another game out there that plays like this. The only similar game is Grand Theft Auto. And, I mean, we all know from the beginning that how much people exploited, money glitches and that. So I did say they had their ducks in a row when it came to how money is being made. They don't. I think that's why they lowered the payout so much. Because you got to think of it from a perspective of a company. All right, let's put out an online gameplay. Let's give the bare minimum for money earned, just in case there is some type of a glitch exploit and people start to exploit it and use that glitch so they don't get a lot of money like they did in Grand Theft Auto. There's guys that still play Grand Theft Auto today that have a half a screen of money because they glitched it out so much.
I agree.
Obviously we noticed that there's gold, so that right there tells us that that's the microtransaction aspect of it.
But what is the gold going to be used for? That's the thing. Is it going to be horses? Is it going? I'm hoping it will be for building houses and whatnot. But I hope it's not going to be god awful expensive to buy said gold. Like how much is if a house is going to be $1,000 or $1,000 in gold? How much is that going to cause us in real money? 100?
Yeah, that's where they need to watch themselves. If they take the proper steps and learn from Grand Theft Auto, microtransactions are fine. We're not getting rid of them. It's not going to happen. It is a money maker, but it's all about how these companies that use or put microtransactions in their games of how they're used. So, like in Grand Theft Auto, you have a $2-3 million car. Well, that's $40 out of your own pocket. Because I think one shark card was $3,500,000, and that was a $40 shark card. So now one supercar just cost me $40 in the game. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I do not mind microtransactions. If just like Activision and Call of Duty, don't lock items behind paywalls. Give me a gun, give me a car, give me a price, but don't make it outrageously priced to where I have to dip into my pocket, too deep.
Yeah, I agree.
And make it strictly cosmetic. Don't make microtransactions a pay-to-win type of setting, because that is absolutely horrible. Locking shit behind paywalls, I don't agree with either. If you're going to lock it behind a paywall, make sure it's cheap enough for everybody to buy.
I agree. I mean, it's because you got to realize, like, And honestly, I don't know how you view what your view is on kids playing, like kids like under the age of, well, the recommended age is what, 17. So I guess you can get away with 15, 14-year-olds, but even 13. But any kids under 13, like, how do you expect them to pay for it? I get they're not supposed to be playing it, but that's at their parents' discretion. But how do you expect them to buy these things? They're not old enough to have a credit card. You know, they don't have $100 to go out and buy a shark card. So like, it's almost like they know that they can make money off these kids, and that's where I have a problem with it.
And that's what's wrong with the gaming industry right now, is that not only the loot crates or the loot boxes is gambling, but take the gambling aspect away from it. Okay, you're having a kid pay money to open up random crates. That's gambling. Take the crates away and put a high price onto one piece of equipment or skin or car or gun, and now you took away the aspect of gambling, but now you're preying on little kids for the money part, the money sense of it. Mm-hmm. Make it cheap enough to where we all can afford it. I mean, if my son was to come to me and say, hey, there's a gun on Call of Duty that's, we'll say 500 COD points, but to get 500 COD points is $40, no, you can't have it. Now, if he comes to me and says, there's a gun on Call of Duty that's, 500 COD points, but that COD point only costs $5, then yeah, I really have no problem with that. Now, if they would take Injustice 2, mm-hmm. I bought Red Hood. Red Hood was only $3 or $4 US. I had no problem buying Red Hood for $3 or $4. That was beautiful. And there wasn't coins or microtransactions. It was, you went to the PlayStation store, you looked up what DLC characters were there, and they gave you a price for them. Like the Ninja Turtles, you got all 4 Ninja Turtles for like $4 or $5. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't put in a crazy expensive price on it.
Right. Same with Mortal Kombat. Did it the same way. You buy what you want. You don't put it in a pack and, oh, I want Freddy Krueger, but I gotta buy 3 other guys to get them for $20. No, just let me buy Freddy Krueger for $3 to $5. And that's
exactly
what they did.
There's nothing wrong with that type of microtransaction. Not whatsoever.
No, that's how it should be. Pay for what you want, like you said.
The part that really gets me with Activision and Call of Duty franchise was in Black Ops 3. There was a gun that I really wanted. I absolutely loved single-shot rifles, and it was the M1 Garand. And to get it, you had to open random loot crates. So I went into my pocket thinking that I could spend $20, $30 on COD points and possibly, maybe get this gun. Well, no, I didn't. I didn't get it. I got a couple melee weapons, and that was it. But if they would have been smart, in my opinion, put the gun on display, charge a couple bucks for it, I would have bought it. Plain and simple. But no, they don't want to do that.
Yeah,
and that's why countries are now looking into this loot crate shit.
Good. They need to. I think it's long overdue, honestly. But that's what happens when you give these companies your money. They get this big ego trip, and they look at themselves as, okay, well, if these people want to play this game, they want the stuff, they're going to give us their money. Otherwise, they're going to have a hell of a time with these games. And that's not fair.
And what was part of the problem? Not only did Activision and other games do this whole randomized loot crates, what didn't help it was the egotistic pieces of shit YouTubers that exploited it by buying hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of loot crate boxes and were opening them on YouTube and having younger kids watch this. And now they see what that person got, but they, maybe they do, maybe they didn't realize how much it's actually costing to open that many loot crates. They were exploiting the little kids just alongside with Activision. Ali A is a good example. He's a piece of shit for opening loot crates like that. I hope he listens or sees it. He never will, because we're small YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like he would care because he's above us. I mean, I'm not hating on the guy in the sense of who he is, but the content that he put out with the unboxings, he's a piece of shit for it.
Yeah.
And that goes for anybody else that opened crates that is similar to him.
Agreed. It's just...
You're a role model to kids.
Yes. It's not fair. It's... fuck.
It's not fair. It's not fair whatsoever. Did I go into my pocket and buy microtransactions? Yes, I did, just to see if I could get anything. Did I feel stupid after I bought them? Yeah, I did, because Activision didn't give me shit.
Yeah, they need to quit that. Like I said, there's a way to do it, and the way they're doing it is the wrong way. It's Rockstar's way is completely fine, I guess. It's if you want this car for $2 million, you can either grind it out and know that you'll get it, or go get a shark card, in which case you know you're going to get it. There's no loot crates, there's no mysteries, there's no nothing.
That's one thing I did like about Rockstar, that there wasn't no loot boxes, loot crates, randomized shit. It was all priced per item. But the only thing I disliked about that was the price that they put on those items.
Right, yeah. Which, they realize that and they're already working on it. So, you got to give them credit for that. So we'll see how that looks. But like some of the guns, like $900 to $1,000 for a gun, and you're making $2 to $4 a mission, if that. That's a lot of grinding. Plus, with the map, the game online being so empty and everything being so far apart, it's going to take you even that much longer to get there, unless you can fast travel. But if you don't have the money, then you can't fast travel. So
there's nothing wrong with grinding. Me and you both know that.
Yeah.
We grew up in games to where you had to grind and work for what items that you were granted to you. That's fine. Make it a grind. I have no problem grinding. Grinding can be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But don't make the grind extreme. There's no sense for it. And if these companies don't want to release a full game for $60 and you want to lock shit behind paywalls, All you have to do is up the game a little bit. Honestly, I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting. Games have been at $60 for quite some time now. Yeah, it's getting ready. I think with this whole microtransaction era that we have, and people getting upset with paywalls and loot crates and microtransactions by itself, that they're going to these big publishing companies and creating company studios are going to up the price of their game. But I hope when they do that, from let's say $60 to $70 a game, you release a full game.
Yeah. I would like to think so. Just release a whole game, completed, nothing to buy, but still do your updates on the game. That, you know, like, if something needs to be fixed, fix it. But don't do any loot crates like you said, or paywalls. It's stupid. Just like with Call of Duty, take your frickin' time and take a few years off and make, like you say, a badass Call of Duty game, and then just keep adding to it and making that game last for years, like Rockstar does with GTA. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. They could have taken the last 3 years of, we're going to go with Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and World War II. I think I said Infinite Warfare, right? Yeah. You could have taken one big game and had different modes in it. So, okay, me and you pop in a disc, and it's Black Ops 3. What are the jetpacks on your back? Okay, then next year they could have added to that same disc, but made it, you know, space oriented, and then they could have added to that same disc and made it World War II, and then they could have added to that same disc and made it boots back on the ground. So okay, so now we're 4 years into it. You could have popped in one Call of Duty disc and decided which modes you wanted to play. Do you want to play World War II style? Do you want to play, boots on the ground? Do you want to play, tether and boost jumping? That would have been, I think, the way to go. Yeah.
I mean, they obviously know how to do that kind of stuff. I mean, look, they add in prop hunt once in a while. They obviously know how to do stuff like that, so why not do it?
Yeah, exactly. And then somebody could have picked what they wanted to do. But no, instead we get year after year shit Call of Duties. I'm a big Call of Duty fan. Always have been. Am I the greatest at it? No. Do I like playing it? Yes. But every year it's a shit fucking game for quite some time now. What was the last Call of Duty that you actually legitimately liked?
Black Ops 2, but I think my favorite one was Advanced Warfare. Or was that it? Not Advanced Warfare? Yeah, was that Advanced Warfare when they introduced the
boost jumping?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was AW.
Yeah.
And what did you like about those games?
It just, I don't know. It was fresh, and it wasn't overly done, and it seemed to me everyone had the same chance of getting KDs. It was
more and less a finished fucking game.
Yeah, it was just perfect the way it was.
I would have to agree. I'll even go back a little bit further. The last Call of Duty that I actually liked, I liked Ghost. Ghost was good. A lot of people disliked Ghost, but now if you go back and play Ghost is actually really, really good. But I'm going to have to go with Black Ops 2. Before all microtransactions started with Advanced Warfare. No. I'm sorry, I take that back. Loot crates started with Advanced Warfare. Microtransactions, I think, maybe started around Ghost, maybe a little bit before that. I don't know if there was microtransactions in Black Ops 3 or not. Or, I'm sorry, Black Ops 2. I can't remember if there was some type of microtransaction in Black Ops 2.
Maybe for your COD points, but I think that might have been it. I'm not sure.
I know in Ghost there was skins that you could buy through the PlayStation Store. So Black Ops 2 was before Ghost.
Let's see.
I don't know if there was any skins you could buy, and if there was anything to buy for Black Ops 2. But the point here is finished games, and if there was microtransactions, they weren't expensive.
Right.
I know times have changed, but still. I can remember when they didn't release a Call of Duty every fucking year.
Yeah, it was like every 2 or 3 years, wasn't it?
Something like that. I don't exactly know. I mean, can you imagine Rockstar releasing a Grand Theft Auto every single year?
No.
It would get old.
It would, yeah. They would lose money quick. And they know that. That's why they do it the way they do it. Let's just keep implementing new things into online and keep this game fun over the course of however X amount of years until the next one comes out.
And that's the key thing right there for Activision and Call of Duty. Implement updates, new content to one Call of Duty. Constantly update.
I agree. It's not hard.
Because now what's going to happen is, right now, in the process, as we're talking, Infinity Ward is working on the next Call of Duty. They started working on next year's Call of Duty the day Infinite Warfare went out. Each team gets 3 years to work on a Call of Duty. So now we're having another Call of Duty next year that's going to probably have a battle royale. So people are going to get rid of or stop playing the Blackout that's here. I can't stand battle royales anyway. But again, you're making something new every year when you could make something really, really badass and add to that every year.
Exactly. And it's not like they're coming out with anything new. They're just they're ripping off other games that got popular doing what they're doing and just adding it into their game. Like, you can't do that. You can't add a Fortnite gameplay into a Call of Duty. That's not what got your fans in the first place. If they want Battle Royale games, they'll go play Battle Royale games. We want running, gunning, shoot 'em up games. We don't want this fucking survival shit.
I will give it to Treyarch for giving Blackout a shot. I guess Blackout is popular. It's not as popular as Fortnite. I will give it to him for giving it a shot. But I just really didn't think Call of Duty as a franchise would go down that route.
Yeah.
Did they do it? Yes. Is it okay? Yes. But now, again, you have another team about ready to, more than likely, make another type of battle royale. So now this Black Ops 4 battle royale, Blackout, is not going to be able to grow at all. Not whatsoever.
No. Unless
Call of Duty franchise.
Go ahead.
Call of Duty franchise hit their peak, and when they hit their peak, they could have saved what they had in front of them by adding content. But no, they make new games each and every year, and they don't listen. They don't listen to the fans.
No.
I don't believe they do. And then again, here you have piece of shit YouTubers that get flown out and paid to give their game a good rating when they know damn well and good the game is shit. So you're taking Activision and Call of Duty's money and you're sticking it in your own mouth to make them look good when you know that game is shit. So you're a piece of shit for supporting it as well.
I agree. I mean, if fucking Treyarch or Activision called me up, hey, we're going to fly you out here and throw some of our gameplay on your channel and give us a good review, I'd be like, I'm down for it, but I'm gonna give my honest review. I'm not gonna give some review you want me to say just to make your money. No, I'm gonna give an honest review. That's just, you know, I don't.
And Activision doesn't want that because you won't be a cash cow for them. Their cash cow is their fucking Call of Duty line each and every year.
Mm-hmm. I'm subscribed to YouTubers that these companies either they fly them out or they come out to them to their house and they play a game. And you're seeing this YouTuber play the first half of this game that's getting released. And then that's it. You won't see them play it ever again. Why? Because they were paid to give a review and they honestly didn't like it. But they couldn't tell them their honest fact or their honest opinion. That's why you never see them play it again. It's shit.
Quote unquote hush money.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I don't know the numbers when it comes to who's made more, Rockstar or Call of Duty franchise. I'm probably, it might be 50-50. Call of Duty franchise might be ahead a little bit.
Let me look.
But if they were to, I mean, I don't know my facts on that. But I want to say Rockstar's making more than Call of Duty franchise. So maybe they should take from example. Let's take all three teams that consist of the Call of Duty franchise, like you said, and make one big badass Call of Duty that can grow over I'm going to give it a short period of time. Let's make it grow over a 4 to 5 period of time. So for 5 years, we have one Call of Duty that can grow and be a badass game and not release one every damn year.
I agree.
It'll never happen because Activision is greedy. And I almost want to take one step down from that and say Call of Duty franchise is greedy, including Treyarch, including Sledgehammer, including Infantry Ward. Or Infinity Ward. Which one is it? I get that so mixed up.
Infinity Ward.
Infinity Ward. God damn, David.
I'm trying to see. Let's see. It's not saying Rockstar. I guess Rockstar doesn't really have any.
Just kind of wondering what their gross incomes are, versus the two. I guess it really doesn't matter. One actually listens to the people, and I want to believe that that's Rockstar, and the other one doesn't give a shit, and that's Activision. Am I bashing Activision and Call of Duty right now? You damn right I am. Because I'm actually a passionate fan.
Let's see here.
I would say the same thing about Rockstar if you were literally screwing up as much as Activision and Call of Duty franchises are doing. Yeah. I'd say the same thing about Rockstar. But Rockstar isn't pissing me off. They released an online beta for RDR2. It's not the greatest, but it's in beta form. They're going to work on it. I hope to hell they listen to the fans.
Well, let's see how much the Grand Theft Auto franchise is worth. And then we can kind of go from there.
I was going to say maybe like Rockstar's annual money intake. I'm not necessarily talking about stocks here, just their numbers for the year, all 4 quarters. Versus Activision. Well, Activision's going to obviously have more because they have their paws in other games. So it's almost like comparing apples to oranges. Excuse us for this little moment-breaking piece of silence here where We didn't have our facts on this one. This was a random question that was asked.
Yeah, I'm curious. Income. Take-Two, average Rockstar game salary. They're not really saying. I found one that said how much other developers were making, but let's see. I'll look up Activision. Activision.
They're definitely going to have more earnings than Rockstar because they have their paws in more things than Rockstar does.
Activision Blizzard net worth as of December 4th, 2018 is $35.5 billion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they succeed over Rockstar. That's because they're in with Destiny, they're in with Call of Duty, and other games Activision is in with.
Rockstar. And Rockstar just works by themselves, right? They don't have another company they work with. They're just...
Oh, Rockstar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe they work with anybody else. I mean, yeah, they have supporters and donors and everything, but again, that's like comparing, apples to oranges at this point.
The estimated net worth of Rockstar Games is more than $3.5 billion. Thanks to the success of the Grand Theft Auto series that the company can make this money, they have released some of other games and have also ventured into movie production. Its holding was $2 billion in 2013. In 2015, the company's net worth was $2.59 billion. Apart from winning several awards, GTA series has alone sold more than 235 million copies worldwide. The company makes $250 million every year. Additionally, the founders of the company, the Hauser brothers, have a collective net worth of over $180 million.
Okay, so what's their annual intake?
$250 million every year.
What's Activision's annual intake?
I think it said it was, let's see. But that was as of 2015 for Rockstar.
I guess what I'm getting at is if Rockstar makes more than Activision in an annual year, then Activision should use Rockstar as an example because Activision has their paws in more games and should take one game and do the same thing Rockstar's doing.
Yeah, I agree. According to this
and
chart,
here's
go ahead.
No, I was going to say that the problem with Activision is suits and ties on the main top floor of Activision Studios or whatever the hell they are, corporation, are the ones calling the shots. The people that don't need the fucking money, they want to prey off of it more.
Right. Well, according to this graph that I'm looking at, their highest Activision was making was $62.6 billion. As of this year, they have dropped to $38.59. So they've dropped $30 billion.
That I did know. I just seen an article the other day about Activision stocks dropping dramatically. And I think, and this is what leads me to the gaming industry is head over heels on itself. They're on their fucking back, and it's almost like, in a way, a gaming bubble, a gaming industry bubble, to where it's gonna fucking pop. And these gaming creators and publishers and anything to do with the gaming industry, they're gonna take a hit, and they're gonna take a hit bad. And I want to say it's gonna be soon.
And I hope it's one of the giants like Activision that's gonna.
I really do too. I don't want to see Call of Duty fall, but in somewhat of a way, I do. I would love to see Call of Duty, Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer all fall flat on their fucking faces so that maybe, just maybe, we will get the best Call of Duty or the best Activision games we've ever had before. And if that's what it takes, is for those companies to fall flat on their face for us to get a good game, I condone it. Go for it.
I agree.
I know it's harsh to say, but I don't know. I don't like the way the gaming industry is going right now. And people have told me, well, you got to go with the times. You got to roll with the punches. Well, when is enough going to be enough?
Exactly. But as long as they keep releasing the game every year, there's going to be that many more people that's going to be buying it. I don't understand. I honestly, like I said, I haven't really enjoyed a Call of Duty game since really Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 2 I liked, but since then, no. Like, I'm not even going to get Black Ops 4. I'm just not into it. It's the same regurgitated content every year. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. With
that part, yes, 100%. I will say that to an extent that Treyarch did do a good job on this Black Ops 4. The way the game plays, the shooting aspect of it. I have not been good at a Call of Duty like I am good at this one. I'm doing the best in this Call of Duty than I've done in any other Call of Duty before. But, like you said, the content that's there is regurgitated. So we have all the same operators that we had in Black Ops 3, but we just took away boost jumping. Jetpacks. That's all you did. And it's annoying. It's literally annoying regurgitating the same fucking game over and over and over again.
It is. I agree. I've never been good at any Call of Duty, so I'm not being biased or unbiased. I just haven't enjoyed it. It's for years now. I mean, I like to get Black Ops 4, but you're taking what made Black Ops unique with 2, with the jetpacks and all that other stuff, and you're taking that away, and now it's futuristic boots on ground, which doesn't make sense. It's like, I don't know. You can't take what made Black Ops great and then take it away moving forward. It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, it not at all. Again, I will say I agree with you on that one 100%, but when it comes to how good I'm doing in this Call of Duty, I'm doing really good. I cannot recall myself going 30-7, 21-3, and these are screenshots that I have right in front of me. 28-7, 29-7, 24-3. I have never been that good at a Call of Duty, and that's the part that I'm enjoying about this Call of Duty. But I'm not enjoying the actual content, the regurgitated bullshit. I'm enjoying my kills, but not the regurgitated bullshit content.
Right. And my biggest problem always, too, was when it came to Call of Duty, especially online, was the hit markers. Like, I could shoot somebody 10 times in the head and they don't die. I get shot once and I'm dead. I've always hated that about Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's changed also from old Call of Duties to new ones. I've never understood it either. This one seems to be a little more balanced when it comes to kills. I mean, my numbers in front of me, they're not, the numbers don't lie when I see what I'm doing in this Call of Duty. I can't deny how good I'm doing, and I've never been this good at a Call of Duty, never. So on that part, I would say, hey, give it a shot, Adam, and see how good you do in this Call of Duty. Coming from a fan that has bought and played every single Call of Duty since before there was multiplayer, and see how you do. If I can go with these numbers, let's see what you can go ahead and do. Are you there?
Yeah, I might get it. I'm debating.
Okay, I thought I lost you. By the way, everybody, if you've made it this far, I'm in a semi. Adam's at home. We're on via phone right now.
Yes. I might get it. I don't know. I just hate when they release games every year, because then it's like you're almost forced to get the new one in order to stay with the times, and that's where the majority of the people are going to go, you know? So it's like you just get used to one game and start enjoying it and getting good at it, then before you know it, they release the next version of it, and it's like, really? Then that's why I think they need a couple years off.
Yep, I agree, 100%. Take a couple years off, Call of Duty franchise, Activision. Take a few years off. Make one badass game. Now, when it comes to you buying the game, Adam, you know that you don't have to buy that game. I'm out here all week. I'll drop it off to you Sunday. Pop it in. See what it do. See what it do.
Well, the thing is, like, I only play Call of Duty if you're playing it. I don't play it by myself.
I understand that, but to see if you want to play it with me, give it a shot. I'll sit and listen to you while you live stream. I can't necessarily watch it unless I'm stopped for the night because I'm out here driving. But I'll watch you and help you out as much as I can.
Yeah, we might have to do that. We'll see.
I'll drop it off on Sunday. Download it and see what it do.
See what it do.
And Activision thought that they were fucking slick. I don't know if it's Activision's doing or if it's Treyarch. They have this tier system to where you can grind and work for items, but they also put in a tier system to where you can buy those items. Guess what's in those items?
Nothing.
Loot boxes. Yeah. No, loot boxes. Loot crates.
Well, so nothing.
Here they did it. They did it again. They put loot crates, loot boxes in the game, and you can buy them if you choose to. And it's blind. It's blind bullshit. So now kids are gambling again.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tier system this time.
That's why I say it's basically nothing. Oh! It's basically nothing. You're going to get these loot crates, and it's random. You want a legendary gun or an epic gun, you're not going to get that. It's basically nothing. You're getting what you already have, or you're getting, like, I want to say your prestige freaking 10 times. And you're unlocking a level 1 gun. Like, really? It's essentially nothing.
That's the big question right now with Activision and Call of Duty franchise is why are you not putting a price on a legendary gun? People will buy that legendary gun. Quit putting it behind a random open crate that you have to pay for. Tell me that you have a Maddox that has rapid fucking badass fire built into it that's a legendary gun and put a price on it. People will buy it. Stop locking it behind a paywall to where it's play or buy to win. Make it play to win.
Agreed. No argument for me.
Rockstar, don't do it that way. Make all your microtransactions cosmetic, please.
Yes. They've done it well with GTA, so.
Yes, GTA, they put, armored vehicles and put a price on them.
But that's the thing. Everyone has a chance to get it.
Yeah.
Whether it be Shark Card or grinding out the game.
Exactly.
Either way, you can get it.
I think Rockstar is going to capitalize on this RDR2. I really do.
I hope so.
My fingers are crossed and I have faith in them.
it's been 8 years in the making for this game, and they've had since 2013 to see these other games come out with the microtransaction and how they've been failing, and so I think they've done their homework. I'm sure it'll be fine. You just got to give them time.
I hope so. I have faith in them for this.
They're a mega giant when it comes to video games, because they don't make games very often, but when they do, it's going to be something you've never seen before, and it's just going to be awesome. And they're not going to ruin that reputation.
Exactly. In RDR2, story mode, beautiful, awesome, plays great, looks great, change of pace, awesome game.
For sure. And it's a very detailed storyline.
Yeah, storyline. I'm only on chapter 3, and it's like, wow, dude, this is really good.
I agree.
Online, a little iffy right now, but they're working on it. I have faith in them that they're working on it.
Yeah. For sure. But Activision, get your shit together if you want to keep your fans.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a fan. I keep buying shit Call of Duties each year. I don't know why, but because they know I'm gonna buy it.
Fanboy.
Yep, there you go. Call me one. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, I think that's gonna be episode. I think officially 1. The first one, Mega Man Rant, was just a trial run to see if this actually would work. So,
yeah, this is considered episode 1, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'd like to thank David for dropping by and talking about this. Hopefully, this gets heard, and who knows, maybe Activision will hear it and take it into consideration. It's wishful thinking, but 2 more voices out there talking about it can't hurt.
Not at all. And I don't mind talking about it at all. If you've made it this far, again, this is a different outlet for me and Adam to connect outside of the DNA show and my channel. I've been on hiatus. I've just been really busy, so.
Yeah. And we do both have YouTube channels. Dave's is DNA Daysend, DNA-DAY-SEND, and he does gameplay and unboxings, and he has vlog type videos of him truck driving. And mine is Tet Adam Vlogs, and I just have vlogs, I have unboxings, we have challenges, we have the DNA show on there if you want visual instead of just audio, and gameplays. So head on over and check us out and subscribe. It'd mean a lot. And this is just basically, like David said, another outlet for us to talk about things we can't necessarily talk about on YouTube without offending somebody or getting our videos taken down. So.
Exactly. Another way is for us to connect while I'm out here on the road, because I can only do videos on the weekends, and if any of the fans, our subscribers that we have now, hasn't noticed, I have not been on the DNA show for quite some time. I have not been on my own channel for quite some time now. So it's just about getting back into the groove. A lot of new games have been coming up. I've been working a lot. Holidays. Let me back that one up. Christmas and Thanksgiving, hit us. So that's my excuse for not putting out any content or being on the DNA show at the moment.
Right. Not a problem. And be looking for our next episode. We tried to do it today, but something happened, so the next one will be about Christmas and how, basically, fuck you saying happy holidays.
Yeah, let's not give them too much.
Yes, that's something to look forward to.
Very much so, very much so.
So, I'm Adam, that's Dave. And,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, happy Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Thanksgiving's already passed, but I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving.
Very much so.
And, yeah, we'll catch you guys later.
Later.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.